Welcome to a new edition of the Best Team Challenge. The rules are simple. For each Pokemon generation, we try to find out what is the best 6 Pokemon we can use to beat the entire game casually without ever using anything else, factoring in not only how good Pokemon are, but also ease of access. Aside from legendaries, overleveling, and items in battle, all is fair game. This time around, we have Pokemon Black and White. So let's get right down into it, shall we? Upon starting our playthrough of Pokemon White, we are presented with 3 Pokemon to choose from, one of the most important decisions in a playthrough like this. As it turns out, Snivy is kind of weird and the Grass-type lacks good matchups in Unova and has plenty of bad ones such as Bryson, Berg, and Skyla. However, that does not make our choice trivial. In our assessment, there exist 2 main schools of thought regarding how to cook a Gen 5 run. The Bacon school pushes forward a heaty, meaty setup with great typing, access to Flame Charge, and an insane early game matchup. Meanwhile, the Sushi school, Samurott, argues that having a water-type starter is nice, especially in this game where there are not many good water types available. The entire heat aspect is foregone for raw marine flavor cut with fencing-like precision, early Razor Shells, masterful Aqua Jets, and encores from the audience. Either choice is good in our opinion, but we're more Sushi fans than Bacon fans. Thus, we welcome in our first Pokemon. Pokemon number 1, Warrior the Oshawott. FYI, nicknames are Hearthstone classes. With our newfound partner, we go through the first couple of towns before we're faced with our first challenge, the Trio Badge. This gym's gimmick is that they will always have a Pokemon that destroys your starter, thus beating it consistently will require us to add a second member to our team. Pokemon number 2, Hunter the Pansear. Pansear is a fast fire type, which is extremely useful early game. It's not the best Pokemon, but Stoutland was the best other option, which has less synergy with the other stuff we picked and does not deal with the bug gym as well as Simisear does. With the monkey in hand, we easily deal with the opposing monkey, and with Oshawott, making sure Lillipup is taken care of. After dealing with Plasma Grunts trying to bully the Mona in Dreamyard, we are yet again faced with those evil scoundrels stealing a young girl's Pokemon. With the help of Sharon, we defeat the Grunts and are then ready to add a new Pokemon to our team. Pokemon number 3, Rogue the Drillbur. Excadrill is one of the best, if not the best Pokemon you can get in this video game. The typing, the stats, the move pool, everything about this Pokemon is incredible. It's also available at many spots thanks to Dust Cloud, so there is only upside to adding it to our team. The 3-man squad should be all we need to fight the second gym leader, Lenora. As a side note, players of Pokemon Black could consider using Sawk, a great and decently fast fighting type with Sturdy, an ideal ability for a frail yet powerful Pokemon. It's entirely possible Sawk would have been included in our team if it wasn't for it being a version exclusive. On Lenora, we lead with Pansear. We click a faster yawn on her ear as it leers. We incinerate for damage as it leers again and goes to sleep. From here we go DeWalt and spam Razor Shells for a kill. Watchog comes out and we make a misplay by allowing the double power Retaliate to hit our best Pokemon. However, we still manage to hit a Razor Shell before fainting. Drillbur comes next and gets put to sleep, but we came prepared with a Chesto Berry. Thanks, Sharon. From there, 2 Rock Smashes are enough to beat Lenora's ace. So far, so good. We swiftly make our ways through Pinwheel Forest, Grunts, and Rangers and get to Castelia City, home of the 3rd gym leader. However, before fighting anyone, we will add a 4th Pokemon to our team. Pokemon number 4, Warlock the Scraggy. Scraggy is not relevant right now, but Darken Fighting gives it a positive matchup against 3 Elite Four members, and while it evolves a bit late, Scraggy is still serviceable for the most part, and Scrafty is great from level 39 onwards. Scrafty is also the reason we opted for Sushi School instead of Bacon School, so we don't have 2 fighting types. We did get Shed Skin instead of the better Intimidate, but it's still good. For Berg, we use our newly evolved Hunter with Flame Burst and make sure to switch to Warrior for Double. Going forward, we decided it's about time we already caught our 2 final team members, and thus, we head to Desert Resort. Pokemon number 5, Shaman the Sigilyph. The run needs a user of HM Fly, and the options for that are surprisingly limited. Hydreigon is post-game, Mandibuzz and Braviary are version exclusives, Golurk is slow and evolves late, also yes, Golurk learns Fly, don't ask us why it does. Sigilyph is therefore the best option, as it's clearly better than stuff like Swoobat, Swan, and the incredibly boring Unfezant. Pokemon number 6, Death Knight the Yamask. Cofagrigus is a decently powerful ghost type that does not evolve that late. It helps us against Marshall and Caitlyn on the Elite Four, and is just overall good to round the team up. These 2 picks would have gone very differently if Reunique List was not a version exclusive, as it is a better Pokemon than either Sigilyph or Cofagrigus. Crustle also may have had a lot of potential with Shell Smash shenanigans. With our full team of 6, we challenge Elisa's electric types, leading Hunter. Not only Emolga manages to outrun the monkey, but also gets a crit turn 1 with Volt Switch. As we would later discover, Hunter had a laughable speed IV of 3, which hurts it a lot more since it's a Pokemon that is mainly about hitting you fast. Another Volt Switch from Emolga number 2 does not quite KO, so we hit another Flame Burst. Hunter gets then KO'd by a quick attack. We go Death Knight, hit Ominous Wind, which barely fails to KO the Emolga and gets Elisa to heal. The same happens with the second Emolga, so we use Will-O-Wisp on the healing turn. Now that Emolga is burned, we go Rogue on the Volt Switch for free, Hone Claw up and Slash for a kill. Though we get static, Rogue manages to beat the second Emolga as well, but falls to the A-Step Strika. From here, Warlock hits 2 Brick Breaks before getting KO'd. We know Spark won't one-hit KO Shaman despite being super effective, so it should be GG. And we get crit again! However, Warrior manages to get us back by surviving and hitting a final water move for the W. Now, despite how unlucky we got, there are definitely things we were too lazy to have done better. We could have picked Eevee Life or Jewelbur to make it way bulkier, or lead with Shaman to soften the Emolgas better before sending in Simisear. In our defense though, we still won. Next up is Gym Leader Clay and his mighty Excadrill, but this time we came prepared. Krokorok is one-shot by Warlock after a swagger. Palpitoad gets out-damaged by Shaman, though we switch out after getting our accuracy drop so that Warrior 1v1s the fellow water type. And from there, all we have to do is weaken Excadrill with water moves before Hunter comes in for free and hits a Flame Burst for the W. Speaking of Excadrill, it's high time we use our own, and what better opportunity to do that than Skyla, the flying-type gym leader. Swoobat is walled by the mole that even has Rock Slide for super effective damage. Swanna, the ace, gets epically 1v1 by Shaman, giving us the flying-type superiority, though we had Cofagrigus and Duat in the back if stuff went sideways. But come the Unfezant, Rogue easily defeats the boring bird and wins us the game. This one's for you, Wolfie. If you think that was easy, you're probably ready for Bryson. We have a fire type, a steel type, and a fighting type. Yeah, that gym is absolutely free no matter what Acid Armor Cryogonal tries to do. And if that was not enough, Iris, the dragon gym leader, is also free. We did not quite bother to heal our Pokemon. We just lead Death Knight to Will-O-Wisp the lead Fracture, then bring Exca, Click, Swords Dance, and sweep with EQ. Haxorus has Dragon Tail, but that is not doing much with its negative priority. Black and White 1 are definitely an interesting game for this challenge, as the early game can be very weird in terms of what you need to do for it, but then the late badges are all fun and games. However, this challenge is not done yet. Gen 5 has a very respectable Elite Four to challenge our allegedly best team, so let's get right into it. First off is Chantal. We go Warlock, and funnily enough, Cofagrigus' combo of Mummy to nullify Shedskin and Will-O-Wisp to burn us is an unexpectedly effective Scrafty counter strat. Scrafty nonetheless 1v1s before falling to the mighty Golurk, looking for vengeance for us not choosing it as our Fly HM user. Warrior 1v1s the Golem. You may notice that we are trying Razor Shell over Surf, and that's for the simple reason that we got a minus special attack nature on Samurott, which is very unfortunate. Though it seems that Surf is still marginally better due to its higher base power. Jellicent comes next. We go Rogue on a predicted Energy Ball and chip the Water Ghost down. Excadrill then proceeds to surprise us by holding like a total champ and getting a kill on the bad matchup before falling to Fire Blast from Chandelure. Great job, Rogue. Warrior gets outsped and killed by a Shadow Ball as well, but we still have Hunter, who can cripple Chantal's ace with Yawn for Death Knight to Shadow Ball it down. 1 down, 3 to go. Next up is Grimsley. Shaman chips Scrafty down massively before switching out to reset an accuracy drop. We again go for the foolish Razor Shell that does not get a KO on Scrafty and lets it heal. Scrafty 1v1s us with a timely crit, but Hunter's Flame Burst into Acrobatics easily dispatches the Warlock Imitator. Crook comes next. We go Shaman on an Earthquake, then Warlock on a Foul Play, and 1v1 with Brick Breaks. From here, it's checkmate. Rogue walls everything and wins with Earthquake spam. Next up is Caitlyn. Warlock 1v1s the slow Ryu Nicholas, Rogue switches in on the fake Shaman and Rock slides it down to reality. Masharna is a very easy kill even for low health Warlock who talks charge beams like nothing. After sacking Warlock, we proceed to make a misplay by forgetting that Goth has Calm Mind and allowing it with Shaman. We quickly go Simisear and Yawn to cripple it. We slowly chip the final Pokemon down with Samurott and Cofagrigus before bringing Excadrill on a sack and Earthquaking for the third Elite Four win. Last but definitely not least is Marshall. Acrobatic spam from Hunter beats Throw and would KO Sock if not for Sturdy. We use the healing turn by Marshall to burn Sock and Death Knight for the easiest 1v1F of all time. Scary Conkeldurr is next, but we have the sauce. All we have to do is go Rogue on a Stone Edge, then Shaman on a Hammer Arm, and one-shot with Psychic from full. Shaman proceeds to beat Michelle by itself for good measure and conclude this Elite Four gauntlet. Upon getting the Elite Four done, In invites us to one of the most ridiculous yet most epic evil castle reveals in all of fiction. He and his Reshiram are ready for an epic clash of dragons, which would happen if our rule set allowed it. Instead, here's what we got. We lead with Warrior, and full disclosure, we only picked Pokemon White instead of Black because this Reshiram is much harder to deal with than Zekrom, who Excadrill walls anyway. All we have to do is wait for Hyper Beam to kill Warrior. Hyper Beam comes soon enough, but does not quite kill. So we use the Encore Tech and have Reshiram obliterate Warrior so that Rogue revenges while the Might Dragon recharges. Klinklang is next, and here we don't stay in and go Shaman on a Focus Blast. See, this, ladies and gentlemen, is not a Klinklang, but a Zoroark. We know this because it has much more effective moves than Klinklang. We then go Scrafty on Night Slash and click Brick Break. Warlock, the absolute Chad, proceeds to dodge 2 Focus Blasts and kill the Illusionist. The real Klinklang is next. We hit it once, then go Simisear and KO with a Fire move. Caracosta comes out. We yawn and let Simisear fall, which seals the game. We send Shaman to bait a Stone Edge, go Rogue to resist it, and proceed to sweep the remaining half of N's team, a testament to how insane Excadrill is in this game. Next is Getsis. We are forced to lead Warrior as we can't change team order, but we can go Rogue to absorb a possible Toxic then Scrafty. This Cofagrigus does not have burn for Scrafty, so the 1v1 is way easier this time, but it seldom matters as Hydreigon Focus blasts us down. We definitely could have gone Cofagrigus, but we missed our chance to do that. Nevertheless, we go to Death Knight and click Curse. This dragon is the Pokemon we are least prepped for, so we're willing to lose 2 Pokemon for it. We then bait a Surf with Hunter, then a Samurott switch, and play a War of Attrition against the dragon. A healing item from Getsis means we lost Samurott and need to take damage on Sigilyph as well. our mighty Psychic Bird finally beats Hydreigon before B-Sharp comes out. This situation might seem dire, but in fact, we already won. This B-Sharp has a moveset of X-Scissor, Iron Head, Might Slash, Metal Sound, which means it is 100% walled by Rogue. We set 2 Sword Dance, then we outspeed and one-shot all of B-Sharp, Bouffalinette, and Seismitoad. Even when Electros comes out and we don't KO with the Rock Slide, Excadrill somehow survives the Flamethrower, asserting dominance over not only Ghetsis, but the entire Unova region. And just like that, our best team got through the Unova region. Now, we will not talk about the sequel games in this video because you get so many more options there that it's not even remotely similar to Black and White 1. Please feel free to comment below if you want a dedicated Black and White 2 version of this, and here are some of our other best team videos.